Somebody asked me, recently, where songs come from, man? This one was a homework assignment. I went to the song school at the Lions Folk Festival in Lyons, Colorado, which I highly recommend, man. It's really a hoot. It's a great time. And the assignment was you got paired up with someone that you'd never met in your life. And they would tell you a story, and you would tell them a story, and you had 48 hours to write the other person's story. So I was paired up with this lovely 22-year-old, tall, red-headed woman, a student at Berklee School of Music, who had moved from the Midwest, small town, to Boston. She told me a story about how getting a bicycle had changed her life in Boston. She thought it was a horrible, horrible place. And then she got a bike. And people started smiling at her. Well, I said, people always smile at beautiful, young, red-headed women on bicycles. And then I told her my story about my second divorce. It just didn't seem right. Anyway, this is her song. There's a hill in Nebraska. Well, it ain't much of a hill. But when I close my eyes, I can picture it still. I'd ride straight to the top, and I could see the whole world. And that's a big enough mountain for a little town girl. We was always together, me and that bike. I called her Dolores, it's just a name that I liked. She had one rusty pedal and a little tin bell and this clanky old chain whose song I knew well. The sun on my face and the wind in my hair, it was me and Dolores, always a-heading somewhere. Mile after mile, day after day, singing our song in our old clankety way. Fat tires and a headlight that sometimes came on. Only one speed, but that's enough to get gone. For a brave little kid with a burning desire to go sailing the world on a red western flyer. I've been smart, this is where Jack would have played the solo. Time has its own way of not standing still. And pretty soon childhood mountains are just left behind hills. And it's hard to imagine that you ever did feel all alone in these towers of concrete and steel. Yeah, big city sadness came and lived in my eyes. Till one day as I wandered, and much to my surprise, right there in a window with a big for sale sign was a brand new Dolores, and I just knew she was mine. Well, it goes without saying, I found me a way to get me that flyer and get flying away. And now me and Dolores, we're both doing fine, changing this sad world one smile at a time. Fat tires and a headlight that sometimes came on. Only one speed, but that's enough to get gone. For a brave little kid with a burning desire to go sailing the world on a red western flyer. Fat tires and a headlight that sometimes came on. Only one speed, but that's enough to get gone. For a brave little kid with this burning desire to go sailing the world on a red western flyer. I'm saving the world on a red western flyer, and it's a beautiful world on a red western flyer. This song had its origins. I was talking to an elderly gentleman one night at a New Year's Eve party, and he told me a story. He said in Jewish tradition, before you're born, just a second before you're born, you're visited by an angel who touches you right here. And in that touch, you learn the entire Talmud. So that when you run across it after you're born, it won't be unfamiliar to you. So, I don't know, I took it and ran with it. This song has nothing to do with the Talmud. There's a sing-along part though. Well, it's ooze. So it's an ooze-along part. I think I'd start off with the bathroom image and then end with oozing. This is called Crooked. I'm sorry, I'm over-caffeinated. Wouldn't it knock you on your ear? Wouldn't it take you by surprise? If suddenly everyone you knew turned up in a perfect new disguise. And you wouldn't know your closest friend, and she couldn't see the friend she knew. And you'd have to listen for her laugh, and she'd have to laugh until you do. Wouldn't that knock you on your ear? Wouldn't that knock you on your ear? Do you believe in perfect days? Or do you need something to go wrong? Is there always that moment when you slip? Does your moment of doubt last way too long? And wouldn't you love to take your time? You live with it any way you please. Spend a night howling at the moon. Spend a day drifting on a breeze. Wouldn't that knock you on your ear? 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 Sometimes I only want to listen. I only want to listen to what the universe is saying. The universe is saying, doesn't it knock you on your ear? Doesn't it blow your little mind? The moment you stumble into truth, the moment you leave your fear behind, the moments that never seem to last, it always seems so real. Sometimes it takes a crooked highway. It takes a crooked highway. Before you find out where you're going, you find out where you're going, and doesn't it knock you on your ear? Doesn't it spin your head around? You hear the knowing in your voice. You hear the wisdom in the sound, but when you turn around to tell, you can't remember why you turned, so you just give the world a smile and hope there's a little less to learn. Doesn't that knock you on your ear? Wouldn't that knock you on your ear? Wouldn't that knock you on your ear? Wouldn't that knock you on your ear?